Happy Sunday, people. Happy Father's Day. So I put a video on a couple of days ago, I think it was, regarding the pandemic and the fact that through Freedom of Information Acts, a really good private journalist, independent journalist called Lewis Brackpool had forced the Department of Culture, Media and Sport to admit that they had been working with TV stations and media outlets and TV companies and program makers, etc., to effectively persuade them to install into their programs, to show in their programs certain messages that the government wanted them to put out, whether that was COVID messages, lockdown messages, vaccination messages, etc., etc. Well, now Toby Young is a peer, a lord. He runs something called the Free Speech Society. He's put a He's put a tweet out in the last 24 hours, and he has said that it's been revealed that as far back as February 2020, so that's before any of the lockdowns even started, that's literally as the news were breaking, the government or government departments and their officials were already talking to program makers and TV channels and producers about inserting pro-vaccination material and content into their programming before any lockdowns had started, and literally just as the news of the pandemic was even becoming a thing. At that stage already, they were trying to persuade program makers and TV makers to insert material that would convince the public about the requirement for jabs. Does that sound kosher to you? Does that sound correct? That's either the greatest bit of foresight and foreplanning you've ever heard of, that literally within days of knowing that it was even a thing, before they'd even knew that they could invent a vaccination that might possibly work, before they'd even started work on any of those vaccinations, they were potentially already speaking to program makers about putting out material that would convince people to have them. Doesn't sound suspicious in the least bit, does it? Or did they know before? Were they aware before? I don't know. I'm only asking the questions. Mr. TikTok Police, if you're watching this, these are facts that have come out from Freedom of Information Acts, and I'm just literally asking questions about the timing and the timeline. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know whether you think that timeline stacks up.